Hi, my name's Olivia Andrews, and I guess on our technically first date with my now boyfriend, we broke into an abandoned building and got caught on CCTV, but we didn't get caught.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
I have one question for you before we begin.
Yes.
Why does it say malted milk?
That's a really good question. It's actually just the first thing that came to mind.
Was malted milk?
I was sitting over there and I saw this packet of biscuits and all it said was malted milk, and I was like, what is malted milk?
Do you want one now?
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, it's this. I was expecting like malted milk on it.
Anybody know what malted milk is?
Is it milk gone bad? It doesn't even taste like milk, it just tastes like a biscuit.
Alright. You ready to tell me your story?
Yeah, just say it. Cool. So, it was February 2020, and we were coming up on my 21st birthday, which is actually a pretty big birthday for me. There was this guy that I was chatting with at the time, had a few fun conversations, just hanging out.
Who's the guy?
His name is Matthias.
Still with him?
I am, yeah, so
No
he's my
way.
boyfriend now, believe it or not. I really wanted to invite him to this birthday thing that I was throwing, but for some reason, I felt like a fucking 16-year-old again. And I asked my friend at the time, I was like, can you text him and invite him for me? He ended up coming, thank God, and we had a really fun night. Yeah, I got to talk with Matthias, and the conversation was really flowing, and I was like, I like this guy. He's really nice. We were walking home, so we made it to Debden.
Debden comes up a lot in these stories.
Debden is just
Debden
where
is a
everything
character
weird is
itself.
happening.
Yeah.
Because of that, he was walking me home like a gentleman. Our school campus at the time was right in front of this abandoned building. Ever since I saw it for the first time, I've just been racking my brains what could it possibly be? I think I came up with the idea, but considering Matthias is here, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he came up with the idea.
Did you come up with the idea?
I respectfully disagree.
By the way, Matthias probably came to me that night and goes, dude, I came up with the best idea.
Like a couple rebels. We jump over the fence, walk across campus. It was a bit spooky. I was like, ooh, this is fun. And it was February, so it was dark and it was fucking freezing. We walk across campus and we jump another fence.
They're really high, if I remember.
They're really high.
There's a lower bar. You just gotta be careful with the top part.
Oh, 'cause they're a bit
that's spiky and I sliced my hand.
He did slice his hand.
I also remember Matthias coming to me, bro, you know what I did? I sliced my hand open.
Really interesting. So you sound really brave and kind of like the macho man in this, which is funny
In Mickey's
because
version.
we're walking up to this building. Matthias is like, oh, this is kind of a bit scary, isn't it? And I'm like, oh, don't be such a baby. And we go into one of the buildings, and oh my god, it was just out of the Blair Witch Project. Really damp and very concrete. It almost looked like those abandoned insane asylums that you'll see in those kind of horror movies. We found out that it was this old cosmetology school. Is that what it's called? Yeah, makeup and hair, and that's where they taught you how to do
All
manicures.
the places to go to, the makeup and hair
I
school.
know. On the first thing we see, we go down this hallway. We come across these mannequins. So of course I'm like, cool. And Matthias is getting a bit scared. You could tell he's visibly nervous, but he pushed through. He was very brave. We see these old they looked like dentist chairs, but I think they were for perms and things like that. And we get to this really big staircase, and a lot of the students' work was actually still there. There were all these old binders and with the students' names and all of their work. I really wanted to take one. I know, I really wanted to take one and just teach myself how to give my friends mani-pedis and do haircuts and stuff, but I didn't because I wanted to be respectful. And somehow we managed to take this staircase. I think it was 3 or 4 floors. We make it to the roof.
Forgot my favorite part.
What was your...
Before you go to the roof in the staircase wall, it says on a red paint, don't go any further.
We're kind of walking around on this roof oh, it's a roof, wow. We made it all the way. And like we're just kind of enjoying the sights because it was really beautiful. It was a nice clear night. And then all of a sudden, this like man's voice comes, like it's on a speaker. Where the speakers were, I have no idea. He says, "Yes, you have been caught on CCTV. I have called the police. You have exactly 2 minutes to evacuate the building." And Mantis and I were naturally like, well, that's our cue. It did take a while for us to get out. It's a lot easier to break into a place. It's a lot more difficult to break out of a place. Yeah, and the only injury sustained was Matthias's cut on his hand.
Nice, that's a great story.
Yeah, and a beautiful relationship blossomed from that.
That was like, if you think about it, that was your first date, wasn't it? Or was it your second date or something?
I guess. Maybe.
Thank you so much, Olivia, for telling us.
Yes, of course.